What is up, YouTube? My name is Dalen, and today we have TierZoo Silverback Gorilla versus the Grizzly Bear. Let us check this out. If I had to guess, a Silverback Gorilla versus a Grizzly Bear. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I would say a Silverback Gorilla, just because I feel like a gorilla will be more agile. It can pick up stuff and turn stuff into weapons, while bears have paws and they can't really grab onto things, They're probably similar in weight too. A grizzly bear is probably taller, but who knows? Let's see what my boy TierZoo got for us. What he got to say? Oh, let me plug my headphones in. Boop. Okay, we got it. We got y'all. Ooh, and RDC dropped 10. I was wondering when it was gonna drop this, the hood haunted house thing. All right, but we're gonna check this out first. Let us jump into it. I think TierZoo said that he was gonna probably stop making YouTube videos in the previous one. I think he said that. Maybe I got it mixed up with some other content creator. I don't know, but we'll check this out now.
Gorilla and the Grizzly Bear.
Hey, do what you gotta do, TierZoo.
Because they're not playable in the same servers, the
do what you want to do.
Which of these is more powerful or in the game? Right. The Silverback Gorilla and the Grizzly Bear. Two of the most fearsome builds in the game. Because they're not playable in the same servers, the question of which of these is more powerful, or specifically which one would win
honestly,
in 1v1 combat.
If y'all don't know RDC World, this is actually an RDC World type of question. Silverback Gorilla versus a Grizzly Bear. That is definitely an RDC World question.
Of debate on the game's forums. So today we're going to delve into the stats
and can they be
both of these powerful builds.
Who would they survive with the longest? A grizzly bear or
let's start with the
gorilla.
In my primate tier
who do y'all think would what animal do you think y'all would survive the longest with? A grizzly bear or a gorilla? If they were very hostile. Let me know in the comments. Me personally, I think, damn, who I survived the longest with? I don't know. They're both kind of scary. I think a bear, to be honest. I think I could outmaneuver a bear for a long period of time.
Than the human to get that top tier rank. And
maybe beat his ass.
Just have a look at this thing's base stats. The gorilla is easily.
You see the base stats?
There's good reason for this. Just.
Are these accurate? Okay, high intelligence, high power, defense mid, mobility, a little bit above mid, HP, a little bit above mid, and stealth, high average. Okay.
Have a look at this thing's base stats. The gorilla is easily the most powerful of all the primates.
That boy built different.
Well beyond most mammal builds within its weight class.
But why did that gorilla do that? Why did he do that? I still remember that video. Animals be so random sometimes.
Its arms allow it to climb.
He literally wasn't even looking at people.
They do this without investing in any of the perks.
He just randomly did that,
like cling pads or hooked claws. No, gorillas do this on strength alone, and they still make it look easy. And so it should go without saying that those arms can also toss most other players around like a rag and can dish out some serious damage in a short flurry of
fat ass butts.
Gorillas also have massive canine teeth, and although these are mostly for intimidation, they can act as an extra damage-dealing attack option if the situation calls for it. Mobility-wise, they move surprisingly quick given how short their back legs are. While not great at distance running, their burst movement potential is
damn, he moving.
Defensively, gorillas don't have much to talk about. Their thick hide and bulky muscles offer some protection, but with only skin and fur covering their exterior, most attacks will be effective against them. Luckily, their large size
he boxed it for real. Oh my gosh.
So they should be able to tank a decent amount of hits in a pinch. Stealth-wise,
yo, y'all saw the jump?
They should be able to tank a decent amount of
hits. You niggas playing Tekken.
Stealth-wise, gorillas are above average. Their coloration
doing
works
generic
well in forests,
jumping ones,
not as well as true camouflage patterns would. Because they walk on their hands and feet rather than hooves, they can move much more quietly than most herbivores, although not quite as silently as builds with padded paws and retractable claws. And finally, intelligence-wise, gorillas are far above average. Their complex social structure requires significant investment to the intelligence skill tree in order to unlock it.
Yeah, have y'all ever, I don't know if
also gain
this applies to gorillas as well, but there's a the human benchmark test. I think it's for chimps maybe only that can solve this. A chimp test. This also include gorillas too? I don't know. But this is a cool test right here. The human benchmark test. Hey, you guys should try this out. I have a video on this too on my YouTube channel. My gaming channel. But that's definitely a cool test. I don't know if this applies to gorillas as well in terms of their intelligence.
The most common
all
tool
monkeys.
use tactic seen in gorillas is the use of sticks and
All
rocks
Homo
in
sapiens.
order to more effectively dig out
no, wait,
termites from
we're
their
Homo
mounds.
sapiens. Whatever the names for gorillas are, the scientific name is.
Next, let's switch over to the brown bear. In my bear tier list, I rated the brown bear at the low end of S tier. Taking a look at its stats, we can immediately see just how overpowered this
Brown
thing is.
bear, brown bear.
Although not quite as powerful
Wasn't
as
there
the
a book
polar bear,
called Brown Bear
it's still
or
one of the
something?
strongest carnivorous mammal builds in the entire game.
Pretty sure
One
there
of the
was,
few
like
that
a
is able to
kindergarten
take down
book.
builds like the moose, bison, and elk solo. Its power stat is just crazy high, mostly due to the insane damage a bear can dish out using its claw swipe attack. It's not uncommon for a single swipe from a grizzly to one-hit most players, as it deals both blunt force damage and slashing damage in no
There's
small
no way
amount.
this nigga
Unlike
thought
the
he was
gorilla,
gonna kill a bear.
bears
like that.
also regularly use
Probably
their teeth
can,
in
but
combat, rather than just for intimidation.
too slow.
And in this aspect, they excel as well. Defensively, the brown bear is quite sturdy. It has thick, loose skin, similar to the honey badger, which allows it to absorb serious blows without taking too much damage to their vitals. And with an HP stat similar
That
to the
boy
gorilla,
fat.
even if their opponents do score a critical hit, it's unlikely to mean an immediate game over. Stealth-wise, brown bears fare a little worse than the gorilla. Bears may not stick out that much visually, but they are some of the smelliest builds in the entire game, to the point where their odor often gives away their position long before they're detected via eyesight. Luckily for the brown bear, its
interesting.
incredible movement speed and endurance can allow it to close the distance on fleeing players,
Ah,
even if they get a
yo,
fleeing from the
what
bear's
even is
scent.
that?
With a top speed roughly
Is that a
evil movement
a
speed
pig?
and endurance can allow it to close
Man,
the
that boy
distance on fleeing
is
players.
screaming probably.
Evil movement speed and
Ah,
endurance
help
can allow it to
me!
close the distance on
Ow,
fleeing players, even if they start fleeing from the bear's
ah!
scent. With a top speed roughly
That
similar
boy
to
is
a
struggling.
horse, very few builds can reliably escape a charging bear.
I feel bad for that,
especially
man.
given that bears can climb without issue as well. For those
That's
keeping
kinda
track,
crazy. I
this
didn't even
puts
know
the
that.
bear's stats pretty much all either above or equal to the gorillas.
And so
with
they
the
could climb
exception
too
of
with those.
Of course,
paws?
there's one stat we still haven't discussed yet.
Is it because of their
the
claws
bear's
or?
intelligence. When it
I don't
comes to
know.
the gorilla versus
Also,
grizzly debate
Alice is not hurt.
the bear's intelligence.
That man
When it comes
head.
to the gorilla versus we still haven't
Yo, his
discussed
head
yet,
looked like it was about
the
to pop
bear's
off.
intelligence.
Yo, animals be ruthless. I'm surprised I don't hurt him. Maybe it does.
When it comes to the gorilla versus grizzly debate, one thing that's often brought up is that the gorilla should be able to use its intelligence to easily outsmart the bear and gain a significant upper hand.
That's a smart man right
Unfortunately
there.
for the gorilla, I vehemently disagree with this assessment. Not because gorillas aren't smart, but because bears are not dumb. A common quote you hear from human park ranger builds is that there's a great deal of overlap between the intelligence of the smartest bears and the dumbest humans, to the point where designing an effective bear-proof storage container is often impossible because it
Damn,
will
bro.
also keep out a good
Is he
number of
comboing or
humans
doing
it was meant to be
CPR?
used by. Bears are the most intelligent of all carnivoran builds, smarter than cats, dogs, weasels, foxes, seals, and
Smarter than cats. What else?
out a good number of humans it was meant to be used by. Bears are the most intelligent of all carnivoran builds, smarter than cats, dogs, weasels, foxes, seals, and hyenas. Their giant brains are a necessity
Cats too?
in order to
That's
memorize
crazy.
key points of interest across their vast territories,
that man doing
and
work.
for them to strategize how to
Somebody
access
hiring
the
him.
best quality loot. This isn't to say the grizzly bear is going to invent some galaxy-brained gorilla trap on the spot or anything.
And he
but
doing
neither is the
martial arts
gorilla.
too?
Gorillas are incredibly intelligent builds for sure, but their intelligence and
Right, Coco the gorilla learned over 1,000 signs of American Sign Language and could understand more than 2,000 English words. Pretty impressive. I wonder how animals' brains works. Like how does like did he get taught from like a young age or something? Coco? Or how does that work?
Manifests in their complex social dynamics and their
Or
tool
he just
use.
built different or something?
In this scenario,
I
it's
don't know.
1v1, so the social dynamics is a non-factor. That just leaves their tool use, and in this regard, I think most players drastically overestimate the gorilla's abilities. Gorillas are not supreme bushcraft weaponsmiths. In fact, their use of weapons at all is almost non-existent in the gorilla player base. They will use rocks to more efficiently access insect larvae. But as for personal defense, the only strategy gorillas have access to is the intimidation-based technique of tossing debris in an adversary's
Yo, why did he just throw it?
When done in
You see what I mean? Like, why do animals just do random stuff like that? Like, was it just a troll or like something just be clicking in their heads, bro? I don't know. I was just so random. He said, "You ain't gonna catch me, buddy."
As
You
for
ain't finna
personal
catch me.
defense, the only strategy gorillas have access to is the
seen
intimidation-based
none.
technique
It
of
wasn't me.
tossing debris in an adversary's general direction. When done in groups, this is extremely effective, and is often how a party of gorillas will ward off an approaching leopard in their
Yo,
naturally
you see
effective.
bro, they be like doing sneaky stuff, bro. He said, like,
And is
bro,
often how a party of gorillas will
Why
ward
did he
off
just
an
do that?
approaching leopard in their natural
and then he
ecosystem.
runs away.
But 1 versus 1
Yo.
versus a bear, there is no way this
Nah,
would
that's
be enough to
hilarious,
deter an
bro.
attack. The bear's own high intelligence
I didn't know
would
gorillas be
give it a
doing
high
that.
chance to resist
I only
the
knew from
intimidation
the
effect. And once
that
the
one
bear has
video when
closed
he
the
slammed
distance,
the
the
glass.
bear is winning this fight at least 95%
at the start of the
the
video.
time. The gorilla would need not one but several critical hits in a row to successfully take down a bear. Meanwhile, the bear would only
W
need a
sparking
few good
0
bites
meters UI.
and swipes before it's game over for the gorilla.
I see you're a true
ultimately,
gamer,
that's how I
TierZoo.
think this matchup would go. Admittedly, I think it's a bit
TierZoo,
unfair
man.
to set up a scenario where the gorilla's most powerful ability is taken off the table, but the bear remains completely untouched. But that's the downside of investing in team tactics. If you ever find yourself caught off guard with no allies nearby, you might lose battles that you should otherwise at least have a fighting chance in. If you find this analysis
Why is he running, bro?
unsatisfactory, we can approach it another way, which would be to take a look at their matchup spread and see if we can find any easy comparisons. While gorillas and bears never encounter each other in the wild and have no experience fighting each other, both the gorilla and the brown bear need to contend with big cats. While
Wait, what did you
obviously
say?
not
I didn't
the
hear.
gorilla and the brown bear need to contend with big cats. While obviously not in North America,
Yeah.
on other servers, brown bears actually sometimes share hunting territory with the tiger. This is the largest big cat build in existence, one which is powerful enough to, on rare occasion, take down rhinos and elephants solo. Matchups between bears and tigers tend to be pretty even. While there are recorded instances of tigers defeating bears
Why did that
and
bear look
bears
like
defeating
that?
tigers,
Is that a platypus bear?
generally these matchups tend to end in stalemates.
A platypus bear, y'all? That actually looks like a... No, is there actually a platypus bear? There's no way, bro. I thought that was only in Avatar The Last Airbender. There is no way, bro. Hold on, my stuff is still in caps. There... Okay, my shit... Why is it being dumb? Can we please stop this? Platypus. Why? I took it off caps. I promise you I did. PC is dumb, bro. How do you spell platypus? Platypus. Probably spelled it wrong. Pretty sure there's a Y. Okay, it is only in Avatar. Why just... Hold on. Don't this kind of look like it? What type of bear is this? This ain't a brown bear. Unless because his fur is like, for some reason, naked on the... I mean, his face is kind of naked. Okay, it is platypus. Okay. Interesting.
Bears
Looks
and bears defeating
just like a
tigers.
platypus bear.
Generally, these matchups tend to end in stalemates
Kinda
where
crazy.
neither player is truly defeated. However, when we take a look at the gorilla's matchup spread against its most common big cat opponent, the leopard, we see that the gorillas actually tend to lose this matchup. Leopards are far less powerful than tigers, yet nonetheless, even a leopard can score kills on gorillas. I think this is more a function of the difference in the bear and gorilla's defensive stats than its offensive stats. Even with its above-average constitution stats, the gorilla's low defenses make it too much of a glass cannon. And in a massive slugfest, fight like the subject of this video, the inability to absorb a lot
I think I
of
actually
damage
saw this
is an
video too.
absolutely crippling disadvantage.
Just look at the video I saw with
No joke,
the people
I get
recording
this question at least
and
once a week.
commentating.
It's to the point where if someone DMs me saying, I have a question, I just answer, the bear wins. And like 50% of the time, that's all they need. Now you know why. Hopefully you see me as an 50% of the time, that's all they need.
And the bear
Now
wins.
you know why. Hopefully.
They didn't even say anything, bro. He said, my friends and I had a discussion about 2 animals. And I was hoping you could help us settle the debate. Doesn't matter, the bear wins. The bear wins all. Goku, nah, the bear wins. Vegeta, nah, the bear wins. Saitama from One Punch Man, the bear wins. Doesn't matter.
And like 50%
The
of
bear
the time,
transcends
that's all
all.
they need. Now you know why. Hopefully you see me
It
as
doesn't
an
matter who
unbiased
it
and
is. Superman, the
trustworthy
bear
source for
wins.
these
Doesn't
sorts of
matter.
analyses. But trustworthy sources
wrong,
are
shut
hard to
up.
come
The
by
bear
these
wins.
days. When new controversial debates crop up, it can be difficult to tell whether the version of a story you're being shown is the full ground. Organizes them by story to help
Cool
give
little
its-
ad.
Every story comes
That's it? That's the end of the video? What's this?
with more animals that we should compare and contrast.
Silverback. So, the bear wins, I guess. Isn't that what you said? The bear wins? I guess that's the case. Or maybe he wasn't saying that and I just read it wrong. I don't know. But he did say at the end of the video, and he typed it, the bear wins. So, it doesn't matter. None of these videos matter anymore. The bear always wins. So, that's it for this video, y'all. Hope you all enjoyed. If y'all did, leave a like on this video. Subscribe for more content. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Boop.